what's up? Welcome back to Economics. I am Dr. Shreya Roy, and this is a series where we are going to be learning SPSS 101, that is the basics of SPSS. So about Economics is an international company registered under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Startup India, MSME, and Skill India. So we are serving knowledge across 160 countries, and let's begin with the session one. Book of SPSS, I would recommend that you may use my handouts or notes, but there are a few freely downloadable notes available, books available on the web. You may very well use them. So as for the software, if you do not have the access to the software, you have a 14 days trial version of SPSS. You may use that for your hands-on and practices. So, but if you need more, you can write to us at contact@economics.com. So if you can see my screen, you will see there is something, an icon like this. Okay, so you need to double click it, get the software. It takes a little time, but that is totally fine. So as you can see, something like this will open. You cannot really read what is below this, so you'll have to make it small and lift up, make it small and lift up. Even it's not visible, just a second. Anyways, you can see there's a recent file over here and sample files over here. Sample files are all the data installed with the software, which is very helpful in practicing. So you can use these data files to practice with the whole software. And apart from that, these are the recent files. Recent files basically talk about those files which you have already used. But if you're using the software for the first time, obviously there will be no recent files to display. It will be displayed only after the second visit to the software. So as you can see on my screen, there is a tab called the data view and there is a tab called the variable. So the data view in SPSS is the spreadsheet-like window where raw data is entered, displayed, and edited with rows as cases and columns as variables. Very important that the column should have the variable name on top. Apart from that, now let's take a look at the variable view. So variable view in SPSS is the window where you define and manage the properties of each variable, such as name type, label, values, and measurement level used in data view. So obviously we are going to take a look and dive deeper. So as we see, this is the data view and this is the variable view. Build the data for students' marks. Okay, student name. Okay, so what do we notice? We notice that we cannot give space to variable names. So what can we write? We can write student underscore name. Okay, however, here when we are saying name, like let's say Shreya, Sneha, Ram, Shah, Geeta, whatever. So numeric is not the thing that we need. We need string. String means text variables, okay? Now, next, let's say we need roll underscore number. Okay, this can be a number, so we are going to let it be a number. Then let's say subject, let's say maths. That is also going to be a number. Next, we are going to say English. So the marks of English is also going to be numeric. And let's say we need another, let's say EVS or environmental science. So since it's a marks, it is obviously going to be numeric again. Now, take a look over here. There is something called name and then there is something called label. So label is basically the section where you can edit the variable name according to your choice. Let's say you have written student's name, but it is the student's name for, let's say, class 3. Okay. So what do? We write student space name class 3, and it will take it up. No issues. Okay. Then it's roll number, so you don't really need to do anything. Roll number, then a little detailing of your variable name, maths, marks. Then let's see, English marks, and let's say EVS. Okay. So being said, now take a look over here. See, we were writing and editing the variable names on the variable tab. Now we are moving to the data tab. Okay. And we see this is there, but now we have to fill it up. So let's say I'm just writing, let's say, now, let's see. Okay, so now when you see, I'm trying to write sing and it is not accepted. It is just ending at G and it's not allowing me to type the word H. Why? And how do we improve that? See over here, we have kept it at 8. We have to increase it to something appropriate so that, let's say, let's make it 20. So now when I say, so what is happening? RAM space SING. Okay. So they were 8 characters already. So it was not accepting a character after the 8th character. But we had a name can be really big, so it can be something like uh, if I can Alexandra, Christopher Alexander. If you really need a long width of characters, so just edit the width of the characters as you like. You can make it 20, you can make it 50, whatever suits you. Okay. So next, let's say we have Arjun. I don't know, Arjun. Just give me a surname. I'm just not writing a surname. Okay. Then let's say we have PP. And let's say we just need 5 names. Okay, then let's say we have something like a short name. Let's say Sam. Let's say then we have Jack. Okay, so we see it is there. Now for the roll number field. Okay, for the roll number, take a look at the roll number. So let's say Ram is 1, then Arjun is 2, and Preeti is 3, and Sam is 4, and Jack is 5. But roll numbers should not have decimal places. They are whole digits. They are not in decimals. So again, what do we do to remove the decimal places? Take a look over here in roll numbers. We are removing the decimal places to 0. So now when we go back to the data view, we see that the roll numbers are whole numbers and not in decimal places. Now let's assign some marks to maths. Let's say Ram is not good at maths, and let's say out of 100 he scored 50. Okay, then let's say Arjun got a 70, then Preeti, let's say, got a 90. Girl part, Sam got, let's say, a 77, and Jack got, let's say, an 82 and a half. Okay, so if you need the decimal places, you can keep the decimal places, but if you do not need the decimal places, please feel free to remove them. Accordingly, for English and EVS appropriately, let's just fill up the marks. Let's say somebody, let's give everybody a 90s. I really cannot think about anything right now. Maybe the teacher was very good and just wanted to give good marks to everybody. Okay. Actually, we should have given the good marks in the EVS section. Uh, anyways, so again, let's just give some marks over here. Okay, so we see the marks have been assigned. So this is how you edit data into SPSS. If you look over here, you can change the alignment over here. Okay, so it is on the left side and these are on the right side. So when I'm saying left side, this is on the left hand side and these are all on the right hand side, which is totally fine. If you want, you can just do it left. 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 Take a look over here. This is nominal. There are two options. One is ordinal and one is nominal. Okay. Now, See, so we have to understand. See, it is very expressive here itself. Where it says ordinal, there is a step-like bar diagram drawn, which means the data under ordinal can be ranked. Okay, so roll number can be ranked as in there is a sequence to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Year has a sequence to it, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. But if I say weight, if I say height, if I say, something else, marks. So these cannot be ranked, okay? So when I'm saying height, so the person sitting next to you can be, 5'2". The person sitting in front, behind you can be 5'1". The person sitting on the other side can be 6'1". So there is no ranking system to it, right? So hence, when there is a ranking system, we call it ordinal, and when there is no ranking system, we call it nominal. Are we clear here? However, if you are unsure of what it should be, I always suggest just leave it to scale and later on you can figure it out. However, if you know things like year, things like roll number, if you know it, always assign the correct measure. Okay. So now this is your data, this is your variables. That's all. That's how the data entry is done. I think that's all about data entry in SPSS. I hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe for more such videos. However, the series might have 10 or more videos on focusing on the basics of SPSS. So, because, that's the foundation, the building stone. That is what is missing. Because once you know the foundation is strong, you can build your building as you please. So that's all for today. Thank you. Bye bye. See you in the next session.